Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by todderbert. In front of us we have the Kaiweets HT118E. This is an auto-ranging 20,000 count digital multimeter with non-contact voltage sensing. You can find this retailing on Amazon USA for $47.99. Mine had a $7 off coupon bringing the price down to $40.99. Not bad. If you like what you see here, I do have some links in the paid link section down below. Feel free to use them. You'll support the channel at no extra cost to you. Rock on. So let's take a look at this. The digital multimeter, 20,000 count. This thing does it all, and the auto ranging is nice. This is great to have 1 meter to do everything on your bench. You don't have to run around looking for a certain one that does certain values. This does them all. So here we go. Some little things there. What do you got? Oh, I'm probably upside down. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Yay. Okay. On the back here, it shows you all the things it can do. So let's kind of zoom in on that. So AC current, DC voltage, resistance, frequency, capacitance. I can keep going. Look at them all. It's amazing. And we'll try to cover a lot of that in this video. All right. Took everything out of the box, make this simple and quick. So box goes bye-bye. And in the box, we get to start a show. The multimeter, sweet, right away. It's got some heft to it. This thing's awesome. I love having this on my desk. And yeah, there's a few features I really enjoy. Of course, the big display, a few other things too I'll mention as we go. So, also in the box, they quite a bit. They give you batteries. Not bad, though these are inexpensive, heavy-duty ones, I believe. Yeah, nothing special there, but AA batteries, too. So that's nice, standard batteries. We get some testing leads, so we get a temperature probe, so we can do temperature measurements. That's handy. I like having that. My cheap $10 testers don't have that. We get some really cool testing leads. These are 38 inches long, and they got some nice gauge wire. And these feel like premium quality. When I'm holding them, I don't feel like I'm going to get zapped. That's a thing, you know. It's happened. I've seen sparks before by, selecting the wrong thing and doing a current test or something on a AC line. Don't do that if you get the wrong setting. The nice thing is this indicates which section to plug into, which is nice. But we'll get to that. But yeah, there's our testing leads. To the side. And we get a carrying case, which is great. It's always nice to have a carrying case. You spend the money, you should get a case for it, right? Handy if you're on the move. Okay, I'll put that up to the side there. And then we got our user manual, which I'm going to just flip through really fast for posterity reasons. You can zoom in, you can visit TikTok. TikTok. I don't know, I've never really visited that. You got all the languages there. Boom, boom. So safety instructions, read and be safe. Okay. I know it's fine print. You may have to zoom in if you can. Okay, I'm going to kind of just do this here. You know, in case you lose your manual, you'll have this to refer to. So it's got 4 buttons: function, hold, max, min, and a flashlight button. Very handy. It's got a battery meter when your battery's running low. It's got sleep mode too. If you forget, 15 minutes, it turns it off. There's a way to disable that though. So if you're using it quite often on the bench, you're on a long project, you don't want to keep turning it off and on, you can actually disable that. So here's what it can measure. Again, I'm just doing this in case I miss something, because I'm only going to be able to demo so many items here. And yeah, but I just give you a general impression of what this device can do. It does everything. And to be honest with you, if you're building radios, because you're watching my channel, you're probably into radio, of course. Radio kits, this will be perfect for it. You don't need anything more than this tester here. This does everything you need. And even if you're doing some household wiring, same thing. This is all you really need. Here we go. And of course, specs here, what it can measure down to and to the highest, lowest and highest. Nice. Good to know these things because you don't want to go outside those values, be in trouble, especially in current and voltage. Okay. It is fused, by the way, and replaceable, which is nice. Capacitance. We got frequency. There you go. We're covering all that for you. Temperature, max, min, what you can do with the probe they give you there. And then maintenance, very basic. And replacing the fuse. It covered it all. Okay, great. So let's slide all that out of the way, and let's get to talking about the multimeter. So I'm just going to move these testing leads off to the side. We'll demo, of course, those in a moment. All right, great. So let's, talk about the meter. So dimensions, we have 7¼ inches in height. So it's like I said, it's fairly large, and it has a stand on the back, which is nice. So you can prop it up on your bench. Very cool, liking that. So yeah, we have that height there. We have a width of 3.5 inches, and we have a depth of 2 inches front to back with this case on. Now, if you take the case off, you'll reduce that, but typically just leave it on there in case you drop it. Helps protect it. It's like a vinyl protection there, so not a bad thing to have. Liking that. For size comparison, I always have my radios handy. CC Pocket definitely dwarfs the CC Pocket. Let's see, we got a CC Skywave. There you go, dwarf that as well. And of course, if you don't have those two radios, we always have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves Kaiweets multimeters from China land. He's Iron Man, testing his suit as fast as he can, man. You get the idea, right? Deck of cards, awesome. Okay, size comparison out of the way. Let's look at features of the HT118E. I can't say that very fast or I mess it up. What if I do? Whatever, right? Right away, big display, a 2 3/4 inch, really nice. So we turn this on. It's got a red green LED on top here, and it's telling us which leads to plug in here. So if we're in this mode, got to plug into those two. So that's pretty self-explanatory. If you're paying attention, it's a good thing, right? Next one, it's flashing again, telling you where to plug them in. Same thing. If we go over to amps, it's going to flash down here. If we go to higher amp, it's going to flash up here. Isn't that pretty cool? I like how it's indicating where to put the leads. And it's a really simple setup. Love it. So, okay, so we got the display as you can see here, and I'm just going to bring it up to the camera. That red-green LED, which is nice, which is handy. You'll get to see that in action. Kaiweets, model number, our display, you got the auto-off indication there. Right here, we got those symbols that you saw in the book. They'll change varying on what you're testing, of course. Auto ranging right now, which is very handy. Now, if you want to get to AC, you're in this mode, the function button is to change. So you hit the function button, allows you to access the AC current. Of course, it's going to flash again. You have something changed, but that's how you do that. And of course, we'll demo this in a second, but I'm just showing you kind of what it can do here. Same thing with the millivolts. Hit the function button, it lets you change the modes. Okay. If you get a reading, you can hit hold, and it'll hold the value there for you. And of course, you have a max min button, so you can take a max reading, and then you can take a minimum reading as well. And if you want to erase that, press and hold. Very simple. Now we have a backlight. Very nice. Now, of course, it messes up my color, so probably won't use that backlight. There we go. We also have a flashlight, so if you press and hold this button. On the back side here, we got this blue LED, blue-white LED, I would say. I mean, I guess this is okay if you're working on something on the car and you're in a dark area. It's good to have something illuminating. So press and hold, turn that off. And very simple. On the top side here, we do have that non-contact voltage sensor, which works pretty well. Pretty impressed with that, and hopefully we can demo that as well here in a moment. So you saw we got the different things that can test. Now let's go through those. So I will put this down here and zoom it in and get up close and personal. So as you can see, as I turn it here, of course we have off, very simple. And if you turn it, let me show you here. Press and hold the function button, turn it on. It beeps a bunch of times, and if you notice, the auto off symbol is not lit. So now this will stay on all the time. Very handy. Thought I'd show that to you. So as you can see here, we got voltage, and go ahead and DC, AC, and you set to hit that button. We got millivolts, same thing, AC, DC. We have hertz, duty cycle. We have resistance, continuity, diode measurements, and of course you hit the function button to cycle through those. See it changing there. Resistance, continuity symbol, diode symbol. Okay, you get the idea, right? Next one is capacitance, straight up. This gives you auto ranged, and we're going to do that in a moment, show you how that works. Next, temperature, we'll do that too, of course. Now this I won't be able to test. It's kind of a difficult thing to test current because you have to do it in series instead of parallel. So this is the, I think, microamp, milliamp, and if you notice, again, I should probably zoom this up again. You can see those lights flash, which you just saw before, but so micro, milliamp uses the same, and then they go to regular amps, 10 amps, go up to 10 amps there. It's going to read that. Awesome. And then we got our non-contact voltage, which is pretty neat. We're going to show you that in a moment as well. So there you go. We'll go ahead and just turn this off. There's no way to disable that beep, so that's unfortunate. True RMS, 20,000 counts. Now you can see the lead where they plug in. Max values there. It's very important not to exceed these max values. I believe that's 750 volts AC and 1,000 volts DC, so something to keep in mind. Oh wait, that's reverse, excuse me. Yeah, as you can see here, your DC, and then if you go to AC, you can see it's the sine wave. So if you look here, your AC is 750 and your DC is 1,000. I had it right. So make sure I told you right. It's fused here when you're doing current. So we have max of 250 volts when you're doing current, and you can go up to 10 amps, 250 volts, or as low as 200 milliamps, 250 volts. So, or you can go lower than that as well. But it's giving you an idea of max here on those leads. Very nice. Okay, and you saw the green LEDs on there. We got this protective jacket, and it pretty much shows you got the holder for the leads here, a hanging for the wall, and then underneath the stand you have one screw. Take the screw out. You can actually lift the door out with the jacket on. I thought you had to take the jacket off, but you do not have to get to the 2 AA batteries. It's residing in there. Very simple. Easy setup. I like that. So let's do some testing, and then we'll do some final thoughts. Yeah, what are we going to test, right? Some batteries probably and stuff. So let's get our leads out. Got the 38-inch leads. These are really nice to have. Go ahead and pop these open here. All right, great. Hook them up. Now you saw it flash, and we know where to plug it in. Now they give you caps for this as well, for your positive and negative, so you don't get anything in them. I have them somewhere else, so I'm just going to kind of angle this here. It's quite a big tester to fit on my frame. So plug this in, and we're going to test a battery. So say you got a flat top battery. I have one handy here, an 18650 lithium. So we got a positive side, negative side, auto ranges, so it should go right to where we need to. So I can hold this on camera. Should be at storage voltage. Yep, 3.7 volts. Hey, not bad, right? Very simple. Next we have a little baby AAA Eneloop. Okay, let's see if I can do this on camera. Didn't pick a big enough battery, but it's okay. There we go, our little Eneloops. It's pretty high, 1.34. Must have just charged that or something. Okay, cool. So that's the Eneloop AAA battery, nickel metal hydride. So yeah, there's your simple testing there. Now AC is a little different. So we're going to go function, AC. This is kind of cool. So we're going to bring in a AC cord. There we are. And we're going to, whoops, not bump into things. Now I don't want to zap myself, so I got to be real careful here. All right. So we're just going to apply the probes into the outlet and get a measurement. Anything over 80 volts will automatically light the display in amber, which is nice, kind of like a warning that you're testing something that can zap you. Really neat. If you notice, it auto-ranged it really nice. It's got the meter right there on the bottom underneath. If you look over here, it has the hertz as well, so it's running at 60 hertz. So that's AC. Beautiful thing. So there you go. You can test your line voltage. All right, great. Let's pull this out before I get zapped. We don't want to get zapped. So anyway, there's your AC/DC voltage. Very simple, very basic. Let's test some, let's see, resistors. Yeah, those are always fun. So I have off to my side here an old pack of Archer resistors from Radio Shack. Yeah, remember these? This is 19 cents for a pack of 2. These are old school, 10% tolerance, man. Holy cow, that was back in the day, right? Half watts. Yeah, and 10% value actually is about right. It actually goes about 10% higher than it's supposed to. This is funny. So I'll test this one here in the package. I haven't decided to take them out of the package yet. So let's see if I can get them in the package. Auto ranging. And we should get, come on you. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. 4.38. That's funny, isn't it? It's supposed to be 3.9, but the 10% value kicked it all the way up. I believe this other one, I don't think I can get a good test on this other one, but we can see. On this other one, it actually reads better. If I can get on it. This first one's always a little challenge. Let's see if we can do it. I'd like to show you how it measures. Come on. Okay, I can't seem to get on that one. There we go. 4.24. Okay, you get the idea, right? Resistor is done. Get the idea. Okay, so next we have continuity. So we're going to hit the button, go to continuity mode, and yeah, we're going to do some testing on that. So say you're working on a project. I got this AM/FM radio kit here from Vigor Time, and I want to see if I hooked up my FM antenna correctly. So I have it on the back here, the solder point here, and then the FM antenna. So just take your leads. You can test them. Get that green light and the audible buzz. And you can go here and here. And it's our continuity. Nice. So we can test a trace and make sure it's okay. Awesome. So again, very simple, but good to have. I mean, you'll find yourself using that the most, and I use mine for voltage testing and continuity quite a bit. It's a main feature for me. Capacitance is another one I like to use to test for bad capacitors in a radio. You gotta usually desolder them though, unfortunately. You gotta take them out of the circuit, but you're able to at least test them and see if they're good. I usually just replace them though on an old radio. Yeah, if they're 40 years old, just replace them with new stuff. So in front of us we have 100. This is a microfarad. Yeah, I believe it is. Let's just see if I can zoom in on the value. What you guys can see. There you go. 100 microfarad. Okay, so what we do is we got our negative on the left there. So I'll see if I can do this through the camera lens. Put my hand out of the way. Should auto range. Give it time to charge up. Oh, I just moved them. I moved it. I can't stay on it here. I think you saw for a second there was 122. Okay, that's right. That sounds about right there. 110. So there you go. Right in range where you want it to be. Cool. Okay, there's a capacitance test. Awesome. All right. Next, temperature. Yeah, people want to see that. It's like, nobody tests that. I'm like, well, it's a pretty basic thing. I mean, it's pretty much temperature. I don't have anything super hot to test it with, so I'm just going to hold it and just heat it up. All right, get these pulled out. All right, so we'll switch it to temp. And it's flashing where to plug them in. Okay, pretty self-explanatory, right? Set those leads off to the side, and here we go. Yeah, hopefully this demo helps you to understand what this tester can do. Yeah, it is pretty neat to have all these things, especially, you even got a temperature sensor. That's awesome. Keep it in the bag so you don't lose it. So we're just going to plug this in real quick here. Now, it is giving ambient temperature here in Celsius and Fahrenheit with the probe disconnected, so that's nice. I've seen nice meters do that, the higher end ones. Now, I have reviewed other Kaiweets multimeters. If you're interested, check out those as well. I'll have them linked in the iCard section above. But yeah, here we go. I'll just press and hold this here with my fingers and pretty much get my body temperature. See if I'm still alive. So you can see I went up to 95 degrees, 96, sweet. And of course, Celsius up there on top, 36 Celsius. So awesome. Temperature probe works. Okay. Handy dandy. Oh, that really grips in there. Okay, hang on, give me a second. Yeah, those are nice fitting. Those aren't going to fall out. No way. All right, so now the fun part, non-contact voltage. I love it. So you do have your amp section here, which I'm not going to be able to test, but as you can see, we covered that. Pretty much, yeah, you got the 10 amps. Sweet. And then we're going to go to non-contact voltage. All right, this is neat. So you got your sensor right here. And I got an AC cord, like I showed you. And I'm going to bring in the hot side. I think it's this side here. Bring it in. So you get the idea. That works out pretty good. If you want to do live, you just hit the function button. What live lets you do is hook up, and it's just showing the one flashing. That means just plug in your positive terminal. So we'll do that real quick. And we'll test the live circuit, then we'll do final thoughts on the Kaiweets HT118E. So let's get these out of the way. Man, I got wires everywhere. It's out of the way. All right, so we're going to plug in our red, and then we're going to plug into the hotline, and it should just tell us that we have power. So if you're wiring something, you want to make sure you have power to that line. You can check your lead. And there we go. It's testing that we do have AC power driven to that line. All right, cool. There it is. That's simple. All right, so let's go ahead and unplug this and talk about what I like, what I don't like, and my final impressions of this tester. All right, let's get that out of the way. All right, great. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, what would be cool, leave it on. We'll leave it on voltage. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you saw it in action. You got to see quite a bit of what it can do. The likes on this one, size right away. I love the size of this thing. Now they do have a $13 model, which is really small and is not auto ranging. You have to pick the range, so it's a little slower. So like if you want to do it, you have to dial in the voltage. It's like, oh, you have to think about it for a second. And if you're not sure, well, then that's a problem. You got to go higher and work your way down. But this is all auto, which is nice. But you can pick one up, and I'll try to link to that too. That one's like $13.99. So if you don't need to have a Cadillac like this, you can definitely get yourself the inexpensive Kaiweets, and it'll do everything you need pretty much as well, except for the few extras that this does, like temperature and non-contact voltage sensing, all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's talk about what I like. Yeah, I talked about that. I like the size. Yeah, nice heft to it. I do like the stand on the back here. Auto ranging. I can't stress enough how easy and much fun that is. The LEDs right here indicating where to plug in your leads. Sometimes you're in a hurry. It's nice to have the indication just to kind of keep you conscious of where you're plugging your leads into. If you plug them in the wrong spot, trust me, you can start a fire. I almost did once. So yeah, definitely it's nice to have that indication of where to plug your leads in depending on where your setting is. So I'm glad they did that. Definitely a nice thing. Backlit display, bonus in the dark or low visibility. Flashlight in the back's not a bad thing. Nice to have that as well. What else? I like the ease of operation. Yeah, again, it's very simple. It's got the symbol there. Just pick the group you want to be in. Function button to change what you're testing. Very simple, easy to operate. Sleep mode, 15 minutes. That's great. You don't have to worry about it. It'll turn off if I forget. It's off. You haven't dumped the batteries, which is good. So yeah, that's the big ones for me. So likes and dislikes actually now is pretty much the only thing I could think of is the battery compartment. Here, needing to, I know most of them have a screw, and I get it. But if it just had a latch, that'd be fine, because you got the stand that covers it as well. I mean, it's just a little latch. That's all you need. That's it. You don't need this, I don't think. I mean, I really don't think so, especially for a bench tester to get to the 2AA batteries. But it's only one screw, and you're not changing them too often, but it's my one gripe. I mean, everything else is pretty well put together. I mean, everything looks, well made. Seems like I got my $40 worth. So yeah. That's the one dislike. I can't think of any others that really stand out to me. I really don't. So there it is. So you're gonna figure out my overall impression. Definitely, it's a thumbs up from Todderbert. It's a perfect benchtop meter to keep nearby when you're working and time to build a cool project. You're gonna have a meter that does everything for you, ready to go, out of the box. Boom, you're done. I mean, it's that simple of a tester. So the Kaiweets HT118E, rock on. Definitely check out the links below. At $40, it's a good price. Anything higher, I don't know. I mean, there's just so many of them out there. But this one for right around 40 is probably the most I'd spend on a meter. I know there's fluke meters for $200, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not an electrician by trade, so I don't need to be that accurate. So this is good enough for me. And it's pretty darn accurate. So I have no problems with this one. So definitely gets thumbs up. If you like Kaiweets and you like these test reviews and testing and demos, definitely subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future reviews. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about this model. The HT118E is it one you'd add to your desktop for your bench work. You're testing your radios, fixing your radios, making radio kits, doing anything, testing your batteries. Testing the current. How much is that radio drawing? How much can you expect for the batteries to run before they run out? That's nice things to know. All right, you guys tell me in the comment section what you think. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.